show on the road. I'm the show, and this is the road. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning motivation time. I'm your host with the most, Mark Sane. This is Eskişehir, Turkey, and this is your morning motivation. My bags are packed and I'm ready to go. My friends weren't acting much of friends. They didn't even answer the phone last night. Saturday night, I saw some homies. They were all together, and they ignored me. Ignored my phone call, and I ended up calling another friend and having one of the best or strongest conversations I've ever had. I'll just jump into it because I have no way else to say it. But you think you know, but you have no idea. Just immediately, just talking about it, my eyes tend to tear. It's tough to talk about. You know, I try to explain it to people, what it's like losing a child, what it's like to actually abort a child once it's past 20 weeks. I think my child was about 22, 24, 26 weeks, and everything was good. Everything was good. These are the homies that are here, though. Look, they don't even see me. They're just talking. But everybody's going to Istanbul without me. And it's time we go our separate ways. It was one of those where they won't even see me right now. They're just gonna walk past me, ignore me, and that's what it felt like. There you are. Hey, Evala. He's coming now.
Cool.
Yeah. He's gonna pick me up.
All right.
Ciao. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy. So, you know, you think you know, but you got no idea. You know, my friend told me, and I'm glad I called him. I'm glad I talked to him because he was not in a bad way, but he was recovering. And, you know, not for nothing, he had lost his wife, 50 years. And they about to have another grandchild, and at least they had two children, and they already were grandparents, but now they're about to be double grandparents. And he was shocked. He literally showed me around this home that looked better than better homes and garden. Literally not a grass out of place, big tall trees, whole sitting area. They built it in the Netherlands the way she wanted to live, the way they exactly wanted it. And he had the smoker. They were financially okay. And cancer took her life. Apparently she had some tumors in her brain. And not for nothing, that's a strong message, you know? That's a tough thing in life where you think that you have life planned and life gives you things that are unplanned. He would have never in a million years thought that his wife would have died before her mom. She was her only child. She's 91. And to be a great-grandmother and to literally lose your only child before you die. And there's something about it that most people would never understand, you know? My friends, these fake friends, you know, he was helping out, but he was barely helping out. They don't really care about me. They wanted separate from me. They wanted to go their own way, and there they go, going their own way. I'm here in Turkey on my own. I have a friend coming to save me, thankfully, but without friends, I wouldn't make it through this trip. And without my friends, I wouldn't be able to reflect on how important life is. It is very difficult sometimes, you know? Sometimes it's, you know, you're up, sometimes you're down. It's the ebb and flow of life. But like I said, it was one of those things that I didn't expect this. That's why I said that's life, because homie said it to me. He said, I never in a million years expected that my life journey would go this way. After 50 years with a person, living together on houseboats when we were younger in the river, and we had nothing. And then we became grandparents, financially secure, traveled the world, and this house and the things that you want. And the only thing he wants is his wife next to him again. You could have all the trappings in life. You can literally buy things. You can have 2 different smokers, you could have the grill, you could have the house, you could have everything that you think that you want to make yourself happy, and it still not make you the happiest you could be, as in love. Aww, he's cute. That's what ends up happening in life. We don't know what our paths are going to send us. I've been destroyed by a child being destroyed. I've seen a guy, I watched the abortion show. He's getting more famous on my TikTok or whatever the reels he's in, but he's literally talking to people about abortion on the streets, and people are flipping him off, arguing. You know what it is. People have a strong subject. They act all sorts of ways. They act out of sorts, actually. And how dare you tell me what to do with my body? And I'm over here, didn't your body have sex? You know, oh, well, what if they were raped? Less than 1% people are raped. I'm here in Turkey. Not a lot of people are going to be raped, you know. Maybe in India happens a little more. Maybe in South Africa happens even more. But it's one of those things that it doesn't happen as often as we'd like to pretend. Instead, we make decisions. And sometimes these decisions turn out to be really ridiculous. And sometimes they have something that have nothing to do with us. Like, she didn't go around and say, oh, you know what, I want cancer today. That's not what happened. She didn't want cancer today. She didn't want cancer at all. You don't go around asking for cancer, and you sure as hell don't go around asking where it comes from. You know, like, hey, I want brain cancer, or hey, I want, let me blow my nose here, or hey, I want, lung cancer. Nobody asks for cancer. Nobody asks for the location of the cancer. We just get cancer. Us as human beings, the number one killer after heart disease is cancer. And there she is. He's looking at the pictures, you know, and he's like, she was so beautiful. And I'm in my bed at night and I can feel her. Sometimes I think she's sleeping right next to me. And it's amazing to me, the sensations that we have from the lives that we live. You know, you get used to people. You get used to the feeling of someone being in your life or having life. And when I told this story to my other friend who's in her bed crying like, I can't pay rent, and I'm so depressed and I'm so lonely, and I was just like, yeah, but at least your son is alive. You know, we don't give that much value to life till it's gone. Till it's taken from us. We'll sit there and bitch about it all the fucking time. We'll go, I don't have enough money. I'm not fit enough. I don't have any love in my life. But at least you have life. Your life might suck, but your son's life is tits. Your son's out there with his rich dad going to fucking Disneyland and living his best life, blessed life. And for that, you should be thankful. And for the 50 years that you had with this woman, like she said, he should be thankful. At least he had that. At least he was married. At least he did travel the world. At least he is a grandfather. It's going to be hard to focus on that. I had the conversation with him yesterday. I'm so glad I talked to you, Artie. You know, I'm so glad that Ari he needed it. He's in this big ass house. He built the dream home minus the dream. What's a home without a family? What's a life without love? And how hard it is to live sometimes. You know, I was tearing up last night. I just, I can't process that my life went in this direction. I'm highly grateful to see my friends again and see Eskişehir again and be here by the river and sit in the shade and eat Turkish food and the fact that I can go around the world. But the only reason I'm on this world tour again is because I lost something. And I never thought it would go this way. I could hear his voice saying it. He's like, I never thought in a million years my life would be like this. And especially in his latter years, you almost think that you're almost guaranteed to go into the sunset. You made it, you know, you found someone you loved, you traveled the world, you got the house, everything's gonna be okay. And then it wasn't okay. Then she was wiping my tears off in front of the hospital before she went in there and took a child out of her body. I wish this was more of a morning motivation. I stay very positive. I stay very happy. And part of life they don't prepare you for are the losses. They're not a class in high school that says you're going to lose a child or you're going to get divorced or here's financial stability. They don't teach you any of that. Right now, they're coming out with the movie Napoleon. They'll teach you about history, but your life will stay a mystery. You don't know what's going to happen, and then they say the phrase, that's life. C'est la vie. Such is life. And around here in Turkey, they say kismet. It's like this fate. It's fate. It's fate that I needed to be away from my little brother. He wasn't really loving. He didn't answer the phone last night. There was like 10 homeboys hanging out. I wanted to hang out with them. I went to the gym instead. Went over to the gym. Gym's closed. Went to go look for them. Changed out my clothes. They're nowhere around. They don't want to hang out with me. The time is up. The 10 days in Germany. The couple days here in Eskişehir. It's been basically about half a month together. 2 weeks together. And we realized that we're different people. I like to think that I am happy. I laugh at jokes. I don't drink. I stay healthy. I go to the gym. These guys staying up till 4 a.m., smoking cigarettes, drinking booze. You know what it is. You know how you lose. And that's what it is. We have to ask ourselves, what is real loss? In our lives, we'll be like, well, I lost some money. Man, you can take all my money right fucking now, bro, if I could have my child. My friend said it. He just got divorced after 16 years. And we were out there at the park. And he said it. I'm like, and he said it to his child, about his child. And he said, and she could have the rest of my life, bro. And it was so honest and it was so real. And that's what I love about honest and real, not surreal, but really real. When he said that, I felt that. I felt that all the way in my soul, where he was like, and she could have the rest of my life, bro. He has been dedicated to his child, to this family, to the things that matter to him the most when the chips are down. And you want to think and talk about other shit. That was the real shit. We easily get tricked into loneliness. I was lonely last night. I wanted to drink. I wanted to fucking be. There's my homie. Yeah, Eyvallah. Eyvallah. No problem. No problem. No.
I see no Suleiman.
Yeah. They go this way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In here, I see you now.
Yeah.
Father and Suleiman.
Yeah.
Mahir.
Yeah. We grab bags. And I'll talk about it when we go. I got it. Yeah. I'll get it. You want to grab it? You sure?
Okay.
Let's
Hadi,
go.
let's go.
I'm
Wait.
okay. I go. I'm finished show. Okay, cool. So when we are going in our lives and we are worried about bullshit, worried about the bills, worried about the kids. Yeah. Oh, heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And we bitch about these things and we don't realize the value of other things. We don't realize the value of friendships and having friends around I haven't seen in years, a place to stay when I need it the most, children, how hard it is to have love. You talk about loneliness, how hard it is to find a docking station, someone where you can plug in. Yesterday I was sitting by myself over here on the chair and this beautiful girl came up and said she wanted to sit with me. She was beautiful. We sat and talked. And you don't know if that could be the next uterus that gives birth to my seed. We're all walking around as seeds, but we try to pretend like we're just the flower. The flower only exists to make seeds. And that's why we women, humans, have menstrual cycles. It says every month there's a chance of having life. Every month there's a chance to, you're worried about rent. I'm talking about life. We're not the same. That's what's different about these things. That's cool. You get the gondoliers. I don't know if you guys see this, but this guy's going underneath. Yeah. How fucking cool is that? Yeah, Eskişehir is a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city, nice and quiet. Everybody's up this morning. Now I'm over here talking about life. Talking about how hard it is to create life, how hard it is to get along with somebody, how hard it is to have sex, how hard it is to not be lonely, how hard it is to exist in the world. And that's what ended up happening, you know? I had to reflect on my shit. I had to find out what I was really made out of. I had to know what was going on with me. And unfortunately, I couldn't stop what was happening.
Oh.
Yeah, can. Yeah, straight, yeah. And it hurts, you know? There are things in life that are really gonna punch you in the fucking face. You can say all you want about life and how cool things are. Thank you, bro. Thank you. He's just like, it's nothing. For me, he got up after working till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, came all the way here 10 minutes away to come help me hold my bag and give me a place to stay. There are certain things in life that are worth more than your rent or whatever other bullshit you tell yourself, you know?
Eating?
Can? You want to eat? Yeah. And that's what happens. We in our lives, we forget all these things. We forget all the cool things that are happening. We forget that life is real and that what's more important than life is nothing. You know, it's the most important thing that we could ever have in our lives is love and more life and the expansion of things, the expansion of our consciousness and really focusing on what is important to us. And a lot of people, they can only just stay money happy, you know? They can only be happy if they have money. But I'll be happy if I have love, if I have the real thing in my life, the thing that makes me the happiest. And that's why I had to have this conversation this morning, because it was hard to measure. Look how much sugar is in here. This is the sugar slut house. To measure true happiness, to measure what really matters in our lives, and stop focusing on what we don't have and the fact that you're even alive. That's your morning motivation. You know, a lot of people don't even get to see it that way. They don't get to see that life is that important. They don't get to see how hard it was for your parents to meet, how hard it was for your dad to get some. It was going to be one of those things that it's hard to get things where you have something that's worth more than money, that you have something that you can smile about, that you can be happy with only the minimums, because it's what's important. And that's what I think is the hardest thing to do, is focus on what's important instead of what you don't have, instead of the lack or what's missing or what I don't like, or you know, or what I don't have, the money, or I don't have the girl, or I don't have the love. And then all of a sudden it's like, but I got my life. And that girl just smiled at me. That's all it is right there. It could be the smile from a beautiful woman in the street, flip your whole day around. It could be the girl come sit next to you and you got hope again. It could be the chance of life and love and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. And they wrote these things down. They wrote it down because it is that important. It is important for us to be able to live our lives and make ourselves into a reality. And I needed to focus on that. I had to focus on being a better me and being healthy and doing these things. It's heavy, yeah? Yeah. It's 10 kilos. 10
Not problem.
kilo. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
benim kadar var ya.
Yeah, fitness. So I concentrate on what is really happening in my life instead of what I don't have in my life or what I think life should be. I have the ability to make my life into something else. I have my life to think that I am alive, that I was born in America, that I do speak English, that my parents are still alive. What else? That my siblings are still alive. You know, you think you lost, but you can lose more. You know, like that's the whole thing. It's like the only thing that's worth everything in our whole lives is our lives, and nobody gives it credence. No one says, oh, it's a miracle I came. I started doing research on births, and it's like 1 in 4 trillion or something, how hard it is to have a birth. It is extremely rare. And we see it all the time because we think people have babies and things are going on. Oh shit, we're going into this cool ass taxi. But that's not what happens. It ends up being Okay. Thank you, Krisha. Teşekkürler. And that's what ends up being the important part. There's no window. You can put down. Teşekkürler. And being able to be the better part of ourselves. And that's why I had to have this conversation this morning, because it's hard to be ourselves sometimes. It's hard to really realize what's really going on. We'll sit here in our heads and just cry about what's wrong, but we'll forget about what's right and what we have and what's worth real value. We'll look at our bank accounts and go, oh yeah, I need 30 grand, my homegirl said. And I said, oh yeah, what would you do with the money? And she was like, I pay off my debts and I would do this and that. And I was like, I thought you had an investment. And it's just like, no, I just want to get out of the pain I'm in. And I said, the only way for me to get out of pain is to have appreciation and to realize that life is the best game going, and that I had a chance to live, and that I'm alive right now, and I can feel the wind on my skin, and I can look at that girl's beautiful butt, and I can eat good food, and my friends are here, and the adventure is still going. I can reflect on that, you know. I think my friend was having a tough time remembering what to be grateful for, because all he could think about was loss, you know, losing his wife and what he doesn't have. He didn't realize that he had built a whole life that his kids could love, that his kids can come visit him at his house, and that he had a house, and that he was financially stable, and that he has the perfect yard, and made the grass cut, and has the smoker filled with the ribs. He wasn't missing anything at all but his wife. And I guarantee you, all the things I just mentioned, he would definitely trade it in so he could have her back. And that's what we're looking at, real value. You know, most people want to go to the machine and grab out cash or gold or something like this. But what's worth more than the gold than a woman smiling at you, holding your hand, and giving you her love and her body and a child? There's nothing else that matters more. And that's just what life's all about. We try to build castles out of sand, but it's not going to last. It's not what lasts. Love is what lasts. And that's why I had to have this conversation this morning, is to realize there's something worth more value than gold. Life is worth much more than gold. That's your boy Bob Marley. Life is worth much more than gold. And a lot of us, we would trade in our gold. We would run from the Anasazi, or no, it wasn't the Anasazi, it was the Montezuma castle. We would be running from the castle literally with gold stuffed. All the conquistadors were literally weighed down by how heavy, because it's one of the densest metals on the planet. It's so freaking heavy that they sunk. They fell off the walkway, the causeway, and they sank and they drowned because of their greed. We think we could be so much more happier on the other side of money, or on the other side of travel, or something else that we can purchase. And the real part is that the life that we live, this kid actually has someone that's looking out for him. There's somebody out there that loves them. We're not just walking to work. We're not just walking to our jobs. We're walking to love. And that's the most important message I could give people today, is just go and remember that your life is worth more than gold. And they say that's life, but it's more important than life. It's actually living and being alive. And that's why I keep concentrating on things that are more important instead of what I don't have. I want to focus on what I do have, and I have my life. And hopefully I'll have love, and hopefully I'll have a child again. And these are the things that I pray for. I went inside the mosque with my friend the other day, and it was beautiful. I prayed, and I touched my heart, and I prayed to whatever God was in that mosque, or whoever is listening. I said, you know, bring me a wife, bring me life. And that's all that I ever wanted in my life, is to just generate something more than me, something that's worth more than just my personality or my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you, as a person, got to ask yourself, what's worth more than anything to you? Because a lot of us would say, oh man, I just want to have my rent paid. And it's like, what if your mom dies? You know what I'm saying? Like, straight the fuck up. What if your mom actually died? You would definitely want to cash that in more than your rent, you know? And that's why I had to have these conversations with people, because they don't even know what value is. Teşekkürler. Yeah, let's go. They don't know what worth is, and that's what I had to refocus on. You know, my homie sat right in this beautiful house. Oh shit, he's got an accident. My homie's got in this beautiful house, almost getting run over here. Everybody's just about to get in an accident, and unfortunately, it was the only thing that was going wrong, was that he didn't have life anymore. You know, and I think anybody that wants to focus on it needs to realize that's what the most worth is, because he would easily traded in better homes and garden or smokers or what else he had going on for just a night, one night, not like the rest of his life, but just to see her again, hold her again. He said, I was in my bed. Sometimes I feel her next to me. And I said, she is, bro. She is. My great aunt Marlene would tell you that. She's like, I'm not going anywhere, dear. And I was like, what? And she's like, I'll always be with you. And to this day, I can still hear her voice talking to me, speaking about life and being happy and being a super voice in my head, that I can hear her say it. That's nice, dear. You know, I can hear her say it, and that makes her alive in me. And I have part of her in me. I have part of her when I travel. Part of her cremation, part of her ashes are in my backpack. So I travel with that in mind. I travel with the mind of, at least she was alive, and at least I had life, and something went right in my life. And oh, look at that booty, not that booty. And I'm grateful for that. So welcome to Eskishire, welcome to sugars, welcome to watermelons, welcome to fruits, welcome to the store, welcome to fresh bread, welcome to fake sugar, welcome to all these things that are coming in our lives. And I just wanted to reach out and tell people this morning's motivation that if you're watching this, you're already rich. Realizing I create happiness, that I even have a life to be happy, that I even have eyes to go see, and that I even have a mouth to eat. That's the most important thing. We have I'm gonna get some apples. I don't have any apples. Maybe we get a watermelon. Yeah, it's heavy, but I'll carry it. So what about watermelon? No? Apple? No apple?
You want?
I don't see apple. No. Maybe watermelon. I carry. Yeah. Cool. So my mom sent me a picture of a watermelon, said it was the sweetest watermelon of the summer. My mom's a little bit weird. She'll take pictures of her her plants and talk about them and show them off, and take pictures of her watermelons and show them. But at least my mom's alive. At least she's still sending me messages. At least she still loves me. And I can tell you that on the worst days ever, the only thing that matters is hearing my mama's voice. So you got to see it to believe it. And a lot of us are believing in something that we're not seeing, and we're not seeing the value of life. And that's just what I had to realize. It's not just that's life, it's the way we live. It's the people that we live with. It's the people that walk with us, you know, and follow us into our lives and in our life journey that come along. And yeah, let's get one. Maybe small?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll grab it. And then let's do it, Nike. Yeah? I pay. Yeah, we can buy. Yeah, let's do it. So that's your morning motivation. Make sure that you focus on what's really real instead of what you don't have, and then watch your whole life become more grateful and gratitude take part. Important thing is to find value in the things that you have instead of looking for all the things that you do not. And that makes your life that much more happier, that much more better. And that's the most important thing to us in the world, is to make our lives our blessed lives. And that's what I want to do. I want to live my blessed life, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna go buy some. I'm going to get back into this life. Yeah. How many kilos? Oh, 7.5 kilos. Let's go. Yeah, and let's go into our lives. And remember, I got it. What? Total, everything.
Okay.
Come on, everything. Yo. And don't forget to love your life. look at it with value. That's your morning motivation. If you got anything out of this, do like, share, subscribe below. Your boy Marky Saint from the Stores of Turkey. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao. Shigathon. Peace and love.
Tamam.